Jimmy Butler, he's a very interesting player to me.
He's like, oh, shoot, I don't know where to go with the ball because I haven't been able to think.
It was a great series. Game 4 was one of the best games I've ever watched in my entire life. Now LeBron's a 4-time champion, and Anthony Davis gets his first.
It's unacceptable. So happy when the Astros lost because it would definitely be a 2020 thing.
Yeah, I was impressed by their game. Braden Point, Andre Palat, Nikita Kucherov, that was the best line in the playoffs, no doubt.
Stay undefeated when they face the mighty Cowboys with Garrett Gilbert.
Hey everyone, I'm Jared Sandler, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NFL Opinions of the Week. And as we're looking at the conclusion of Week 7, as we are recording on Monday Night Football, but Austin, the Colts are currently the best team in the AFC with a 6-1 record. And a lot of that is, I would say, because of Daniel Jones and just what he is doing at the quarterback position. But a lot of that comes from him being set up by Jonathan Taylor. And I'll let you take it over from there.
Yeah. So, Kevin, it's been a while. It's been since Adrian Peterson, since the last time that a team had a player where their MVP of the entire league was a running back. AP that year was amazing, but he only had 12 touchdowns on the season. Well, Jonathan Taylor already has 12 this season, and Jonathan Taylor has been an amazing player for the Colts on receiving down backs, running down backs. I mean, he's been amazing, and yeah, the fact that he has been able to consistently score at the rate he is insane. Last time was 2012, so AP won the MVP. In 2012, he had over 2,000 yards. He only had 13 touchdowns, 12 of them were rushing. Jonathan Taylor has 12 total touchdowns, 11 rushing. What would Jonathan Taylor have to do, Kevin, to be your MVP winner?
I think for an MVP winner from the running back position, you have to get close to 2,000 yards, if not pass it. But I do think or it's at least do well in the passing and rushing game, or receiving and rushing, because Christian McCaffrey has been someone that has been a good candidate for the MVP. Saquon with what he was doing, but your team being the number one team in the AFC, and he is also dominating the rushing yards. If you look at it, you mentioned touchdowns. If you look at the leaders, number one is Jonathan Taylor with 697 yards. The second best guy is Javonte Williams with 592. So he's really dominating. What?
But he still is not close to around the range to be 2,000 yards because he's averaging less than 100 yards per game rushing at 99.6. The most he ever had was in 2021, which in 17 games he had 1,811, so 1,811 yards, which is 106.5 yards per game. This year, like I said, only 99.6. Last year, he had 102.2, but did miss some games. I don't think he's got to reach 2,000 yards. I think he has to reach 2,000 yards from scrimmage. I think if he reaches 2,000 yards from scrimmage and has around 20 touchdowns, and the Colts are the top seed, and there's not an MVP candidate, a clear MVP candidate, I think he'll have a chance. But I thought that CMC should have won it over Lamar in 24, and that didn't happen. So they're always going to lean quarterback. However, I do think that he has the best chance outside of CMC as well, who has played amazing to start this season, to win MVP as a non-QB this year.
Yeah, I'm absolutely in agreement with you on that, and just how incredible Jonathan Taylor has been, and just kind of what his options. I would love it to go to a running back. I thought Lamar Jackson deserved it that year, but it's good to see that the running back is joining the conversation again. Yeah, I do think 2,000 yards from scrimmage, and it currently says he's projected, Jonathan Taylor, for being projected to close to 1,700 yards, 24 touchdowns. That would definitely push him towards getting into that conversation. And I do think you in a league that leans quarterback for the MVP award, it does have to kind of be shown about just what the changes have gone for the Colts. Yes, at quarterback, but I do believe when you think of the most valuable player, the running game has helped Daniel Jones get better.
Yeah. I do think it'll take a long shot for anyone outside of a QB to win it because of the value that a QB brings. But I think the best player on the Colts is easily Jonathan Taylor, and he's been a major reason why. And they probably would have beat the Rams if not for a hold by Adonai Mitchell on a touchdown that JT had. And then obviously Adonai Mitchell dropped the ball in the end zone. Or like threw the ball outside the back of the end zone, whatever you want to call it. Fumbled the ball outside the back of the end zone. But JT has been by far their best player. He should have another touchdown that he got obviously taken away by a holding penalty that was not even close to where he was in the play. But they're beating some good teams, and I think everyone is starting to worry about the Colts and Jonathan Taylor for that matter.
Yeah, they really pointed out to me because of just what they did against the Chargers this week, because I view the Chargers pretty highly. And when you think about when Daniel Jones had this type of year again, or this type of year before, it was when he had Saquon, who was being amazing. So I do think that has to go into, yes, Daniel Jones is playing better, but a lot of it is because of what Jonathan Taylor is bringing to the running game and how that alleviates the passing game.
It not just alleviates, but it's almost like JT is such an integral part of the passing game that it helps stack it going as well. I think that his ability to catch balls out of the backfield is an extremely underrated part of his game, and a part of his game that I think that helps him get his team going. Like I said, I think that a lot of people only see him as a true running back, but this week against the Chargers, you can call it last week by the time this video comes out, he had a big reception in the game. He's had at least 14 receiving yards in every game, but 185 through 7 games for a running back is pretty good. That's 26 yards per game. He does have a receiving touchdown, and he's already getting close to his second highest he's ever had in receiving. And I think that allows teams to not only worry about him in the running game, but also have to dedicate one of their better defenders on him during passing plays. So if you run him on a route, they're going to have to guard him as well. He's a threat on both sides.
Yeah, and that's something to where the receiving ability he's a playmaker when he has the ball in his hands. So it just gives you another option to get the ball in his hands, not just typically on a running back screen, but going out for routes and coming out of the backfield is really huge. And it makes Daniel Jones' job easier because if he can dump it down to Jonathan Taylor can get more yardage typically, just given the type of player he is. So yeah, I do agree. He is the best player on the Colts. And if he keeps this up and the Colts keep this up, Daniel Jones should be playing better. And that is because of Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I'm excited to see how this team continues to grow. I doubted them heading into the season, but I'm seeing very quickly that they are a true contender in this conference.
Yeah, I doubted them heading into the season. I still have some doubts, but a lot of them have been kind of quiet, kind of been disproved just given what they're doing. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.